On everybody. I was sitting around watching TV this morning and I realized I got time on my hands. So why not just go live and come hang out with you all and talk about what I've been watching here with this Democrat meltdown. They're flailing. It is bad what we're seeing from Democrats right now. I mean, it's good for Republicans, but I have never seen something worse from the Democrat Party or any political party than what they're moving forward with. Usually, when I see this kind of cringy stuff from Democrats, there we go, just change the rumble. It's tolerable or like just kind of lame, but we've now bridged into this is complete cringe. I'm going to pin this to my profile here. There's only 85 steps to get a live going here on all of my platforms. I know it's unannounced. I came on at a random time. I just figured I'd say hello to everyone today. Pinned a profile. And we'll hang out with you guys for a little bit. Also, I was going to record a video anyway on this, and it's just easier for me to go live and talk about it. So let's talk about this. Where do you want to start? Let's go. How about let's go Al Green getting censored today. By the way, today, Democrats proving they are more upset. They're more upset about Al Green being censured, which, by the way, means nothing. It means we don't like what you did. That's what censure means. It's just a big vote for people to be like, we don't like you. You did something bad, which you did. You want to do something real, you expel him from Congress. But here's the vote today, which it was pretty easy. Some Democrats even said agreed with Speaker Mike Johnson and the Republicans for once. Hold on. Is this blown up into the big picture? Make me the little guy. There we go. So here's the censure of Al Green. Oh, hey, what's up, chat? Oh, we're gonna get to Jasmine Crockett. I've got her queued up. She's from Dallas, and everyone in Texas who voted for her should be ashamed of themselves. The fact that Dallas elects her, look, I don't care if you're a liberal. Let's blow this up so you can see my face. I don't care if you're a liberal. Obviously, like, people are going to disagree with me politically, but like, that's what you got, Jasmine Crockett. That's what you got. We'll get to her in 1 second. So here is the censure of Al Green, where Democrats get together and sing a song. Oh, by the way, in honor of Al Green today, I have I brought my cane. I don't actually use a cane, but we have this duck cane from the Peabody Hotel, and I can shake my cane. I'm so mad. Here's my cane. Let me know. But it's also so bad that even the Daily Show, and we're going to get to this clip from the Daily Show, they've started mocking Democrats as well. So get your canes ready to rattle. I'm so mad. Really showing them. Really showing them. All right, so here is the House GOP and some Democrats. This cane won't sit on my. I obviously am not. This desk is not cane friendly. It's not ADA compliant. There we go. All right, here is House Democrats putting on a show after the censure of Al Green.
On this vote, the yeas are 224, the nays are 198, with 2 answering present. The resolution is adopted. Without objection, a motion to reconsider is laid on the table. The House will come to order. The House will come to order. Shh. Will Representative Green present himself to the well?
So they make the people come down and stand there to be like, we don't like what you did. You've been censured.
By its adoption of House Resolution 189, the House has resolved that Representative Al Green be censured, that Representative Al Green forthwith present himself in the well of the House of Representatives for the pronouncement of censure, and that Representative Al Green be censured with public reading of this resolution by the Speaker.
So they're down there singing a song and circling around Al Green like this is some sort of major strike against Democrats or America. They are more concerned and more amped up and more reverent about him being censured because he was an old man who got his I don't like Donald Trump. He had his little cane out. They're more upset about that than 300,000, 500,000, whatever the number is, of kids that are missing in this country. Democrats are more upset that their guy got a simple slap on the wrist for yelling like a lunatic during Trump's State of the Union joint session of Congress speech than they are about children missing. They're acting more now. These are a unified group of Democrats, by the way. In this group, it looks like it's Maxine Waters, Ilhan Omar, the usual suspects. Hakeem Jeffries is down there too. Oh, just let our guy yell all the way through the entire State of the Union address. Just let him yell at Trump the whole time. We're so sad that you told him that he couldn't do that. So we're going to get around and sing a song around him. That's how ridiculous this is. This is the modern Democrat Party. And we're going to get to the crazy things that they did later on in the day and before that as well. There's a whole bunch of cringe garbage coming out from the Democrat side. But this is what they did for him yelling, this old man who is just off his rocker, yelling at Trump. They're more concerned with that than 300,000 plus missing kids in this country. They're doing more here than they've done for any serious issue. For people, again, they're acting more here for him being censured for yelling like an old man with his cane during the Trump speech than they did for a 13-year-old who had defeated cancer, who was at the State of the Union. They couldn't stand for him. They couldn't do no action for him. They ignored that kid who was made a honorary Secret Service member. But for this, they're concerned. For this, they stand up. They're completely out of touch with the American people. What's up, guys? I never do a midday live, but I figured I would do a midday live today just for fun to hang out with you guys. I wanted to test the numbers, see how things work. Usually we do 8 p.m. Eastern, but I just figured I'd come out tonight. Why not 1 o'clock? What are people doing at 1 o'clock? Nothing. So I want to show you a few other things because this entire day, here is part of the cringe. This woman, I need to talk to my people in Texas right now, and I need to talk to Dallas. Like, look, there have to be better liberals than this. There has to be a better leftist than this. My nose is like allergies are out, by the way. You're welcome. I tuned in today live midday to watch Tim pick his nose. Texas people, there have to be better leftists than this. There just have to be better people than this. Here we are with, again, what is her IQ? 6? She was a public defender. I'd love to see the case. Actually, I should find someone to pull the cases to see what she worked on. I'd love to see what she did in Dallas. This is, I don't understand. Watch this cringe. This, again, she is the worst of the pile. And if this is acceptable by the Democrat Party, great, because Trump will never lose. But for me, I don't understand. Again, Texas people, Dallas people, I don't care. I mean, I do care that you elect Democrats. It should be a Republican. But if you're going to elect one, at least elect one that seems literate, that seems like, classy enough to be a member of Congress. There's been some scumbag members of Congress. The arguments I give, is she there? I'm so mixed up on what I want to say. Is she there to make AOC look smart? Is that what it is? There goes my cane. See, my Al Green cane is... My desk is not ADA compliant to hold a cane. My little novelty cane there.
How about that? It's 0. And I know people gonna feel away. Listen, all I do is give y'all facts. So you come back to me when you don't get that check and say, Jasmine, you were right. Just like y'all want to get out there and say all kinds of, other stuff. But come back, because you're getting 0. I know these people. I work with these people. These people is not about this life, and they don't care about you. How about that? It's 0. And I know people gonna feel away. Listen, all...
Again, what am I watching here? Because it's this. It literally is.
How about that?
Here we go.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Like, I mean, what was that? That's what Jasmine Crockett is now. I see no difference.
How about that? It's 0. And I know people gonna feel away. Listen, all I do is give y'all facts. So you come back to me.
Yeah.
Catch me outside. How about that?
Same thing. I see the same video. I see the same video. Like, I don't. America made that girl. Oh, does she come from the? Look into the neighborhood. She comes from Dallas. Let me guess. It's the rich one. Let me guess. Let me just take a guess that she comes from a privileged, rich neighborhood and never talks like this, and has never spoken like this other than when she's on camera, and this is an act. I am willing to bet that she's like, let me talk to the people, and I'm going to get ghetto. I'm willing to bet. Let's dig into this. Look, what else am I doing today? Nothing. I'm on midday live with you guys. Let's dig into this. I'm going to go over. Let's see. I'm going to look up Jasmine Crockett videos from years ago, because I betcha that she never used to talk like that. How do you look up a video? I'm going to sound like an idiot here. Well, I mean, here we go. Let's just her at the DNC. Let's start with her at the DNC, right? Because she doesn't normally.
But what I love about Kamala Harris goes beyond her resume. Is that she sees the humanity in everyone.
She doesn't talk like that. So she does not talk like this.
Me, when you don't get that check and say, Jasmine, you were right. Just
This is an act. That's an act. That's a total act. So that's the formality. When you see the formal person is who she is.
She's the only candidate
How much is that brooch that she's wearing there? It's like an $85 million diamond brooch.
in this race who is capable of empathy.
Yeah, that's how she normally talks. I'd like to. I'm going to dig a little deeper here while we're hanging out.
how about that? It's zero.
How about that? She doesn't talk like that. How about that? She doesn't normally talk like that. I want to see public defender. I want to see if I can find. Again, this is why I need like a producer on the show. But I want to find video of her from like before she was in Congress. Because she doesn't. Who was this? It's 8 days ago. They've really been pushing her hard. And let's see. Let's go with 2018. I'm having trouble finding. Again, I'm not good at Google or YouTube, but you can see literally from her the way she talks at the DNC compared to her theatrics is significantly different.
Shall we? One candidate worked at McDonald's while she was in college at an HBCU. HU.
Enough. I can't handle anymore. But it's very clear that is a total act that she does, which is pretty much. I mean, it's leaning into racist tropes, right? That's the whole thing with her. She's going to lean into the racist tropes. She's going to lean into the stereotypes of what an angry black woman should be. If I say it, it's racist. If she does it, and then she like is performative and puts on a little show for people, then it's okay. But that's what's happening here. It's totally performative, and she's behaving like a clown when she doesn't normally talk like that. What is this? Hold on. Is this a lefty? Oh my God. This is why I should just scroll Twitter for the day. By the way, Jebra Falche is pretty funny. Oh my God. I might as well be a Democrat. Because the next video that I want to show you guys, this fighter video, is ridiculous. Actually, before I get to that, I want to show you guys this. The Daily Show the other night went after Republicans. Went after Democrats. My brain's fried. You need to see this because even they, like the writers of the Daily Show, maybe Democrats should be taking notes from them. So let's take a look at this. This is the Daily Show's commentary on the State of the Union address and how Democrats behaved. And they call them out, but Democrats aren't paying attention anymore. I don't know who's writing the narrative for them. Here we go.
Places, everyone. Democrats showed up in full wardrobe, dressed in pink, as a symbolic protest against people who wanted them to do something meaningful. And
see, I mean, again, this is where even Democrats are starting to call out Democrats in this. The leftists are upset that Democrats aren't doing anything meaningful and they're just goofing around. They look like goofs, even to their own people, and they're not changing. So whoever is advising them, whoever is in leadership, who helped elect David Hogg as their vice chair of the DNC, they're not serious people anymore. Here's more.
they came with props, too, holding up little paddles like they were ready to give Mike Johnson a naughty little spanking, huh? Either that or a pickleball match. And you know what? Pickleball, all right?
So that was funny. But then later on, he talks about Rashida Tlaib with her stupid sign that she wrote on.
Lying to the American people, or no king, or that's a lie. And she went through a lot of them. She had one that said, who has Luigi's sex tape? She did that cool S.
That one got me. That's a joke for the 90s.
These markers are getting me high.
But the best one that he talks about here, and I want to get into this, he covers, obviously, Al Green standing up and yelling for no reason. But so there was this, I don't know who this representative was, who gets up and we'll just let the commercial. I don't give a shit about the commercial. There's a lady who gets up and she holds that "this is not normal" sign. And I didn't catch what happened, and I'm glad the Daily Show caught what happened. But this was the ultimate clown on what happened the other night. Here we go.
Democrat walks up behind him with a sign that says, "This is not normal."
So they have that stupid sign or whatever, but it's what happens afterwards. I didn't catch this, and it's amazing.
Which, first of all, I think it is at this point. Trump has been in our lives for a decade now. Sadly, this is our normal. In the same way that 20 years ago, it wasn't normal to drunkenly jump in the backseat of a stranger's car, but now it's called Uber. And there's
so I don't understand how Democrats aren't listening to the Daily Show writers at this point. They've been calling them out for a bit, even though they still hate Republicans. Like, calling out how stupid Democrats are is getting pretty obvious, and they're pretty obvious with what they're doing. He gets to this at some point here.
Is holding a sign that's wrong and ineffective, and then a divorced dad Republican sees the sign, reaches over and yanks it out of her hand and chucks it onto the floor. And she just...
That's what's amazing, is that a Republican, and shout out, I don't know who that is. Shame on me, but shout out to him for grabbing the sign that "this is not normal" sign.
Sees the sign, reaches over and yanks it out of her hand and chucks it onto the floor.
I did not see that. Shout out to that guy for doing that. That was amazing.
And she just stands there and does nothing. She's like, well, that sign was my only idea. But forget the supporting cast. The star of the night was Donald.
That to me was the whole thing. So they spent, here's a 14-minute monologue, and about a third of it, they spent ripping on Democrats because they know how bad they look. Again, shout out to whoever this congressman is for reaching over, grabbing the "this is not normal" sign and just throwing it. And then her just standing there like a goof because she knows she's a goof. The Democrats know that they're goofed here. Like, again, that's where they are. And it's cringe and it's painful to watch right now. More painful than this. But this was the one that really took the cake for me. So Democrats have decided to do this. I don't know what you would call it. Yeah, let's do this. I'll put that up. Not all heroes wear capes, truly. Yeah, I know. Same thing. I have the same thing. The autocorrect on my phone is I had to type TV 85 times today to somebody. So here we are. I want to cover this. This is what got my attention. This stupid, like, Pokemon Choose Your Fighter video, where I guess they're trying to be more approachable to Americans. So I want to break this down for you because this is what I wanted to make a video on today. The entire time I saw this video, I'm like, I just have to go make a video on this. So rather than just film something and put it up, I was like, let's just go live and do this. I want you to watch the video first, then we're going to break it down. Here's 19 seconds of the most cringe, like, what is this? So so they do it's Super Smash Brothers. They're doing a Super Smash Brothers video that is the most cringe shit I've ever seen. Here's Democrats basically giving up. They're having a meltdown and they're now officially just giving up. I don't understand what this is supposed to be. But let's break it down, shall we? Democrats made this video the other day of them being choose your fighter from. Okay, let's try this again. We'll just go live. Who cares? We're live. Who cares? Democrats did this video the other day. Super Smash Brothers. They're going to do each one of them a character with some very, very approachable bullet points about each one. So here's Suli Jessica Wu, who wants you to know that she's a bento box queen, which already has lost 90% of the audience. Bento box is like the lunch box from Japanese or Korean markets. She's mommy of the century. Probably arguable there. So very approachable. And then she's sleep deprived. So, wow. Hey there. When she's voting against the rights of girls in sports and voting against deporting illegal immigrants who rape and murder women, just know she's mommy of the century and a bento box queen. So there's her. Then we move on to everyone's favorite, AOC, who is apparently in the champagne room of a shitty strip club, here to tell you that she's from New York's 14th congressional district because people don't know where she's elected from. That's what they have to. Their voters are so stupid, they don't know where she's elected from. Also, youngest woman and Latina to be elected to the House. Nobody gives a shit. And then she claims to be a Trekkie, a Star Trek fan. I don't believe that for 1 second because science seems like something she can't quite grasp. So science fiction is way out of the question. But again, if she's in the champagne room of the strip club, who's making the drinks? I don't question. Hey, I mean, you can smell, you look at that room and you can smell it. It ain't good. All right, here's Representative Lauren Underwood. She's the youngest black woman ever elected to Congress. She looks 70. So, you know, they had to put that fact in there because it's hard to tell how that she's the youngest black woman elected to Congress. Good for her for getting elected. But yeah, she looks, I think she's 100. Co-founded the Black Maternal Office. Was that an uphill battle, or did she walk in and just be like, why can't there just be a maternal? What is the? So we've now hey, friends, she's a segregated maternity. So she needed to have the separate but equal maternal office. That was on her. And in case you're wondering if she's great at parties, she hates balloons. So, sounds like a real fun person. She looks 70, even though she's the youngest black woman ever elected to Congress. She wants to segregate maternity. Can't just have, mothers together. You got to keep them separated by race. And she hates balloons. So what a winner there. Wow. Thanks for that. What a cool video this is turning out to be, huh? Okay, here's Representative Catherine Clark. She's the House Minority Whip. She's Massachusetts 5th Congressional District. I'm already falling asleep. And she's not into hair dye, so nobody gives a shit. And she can just... And here's Representative Judy Chu. They didn't know how to capitalize the C. California's 28th Congressional District. Again, you have to tell what congressional districts these people are from because even their own constituents have never seen them before, so they can't identify them. She's the first Chinese-American woman ever elected to Congress. Okay. And then she's too sweet. So they asked her office, they were like, hey, give us a couple of facts. Let's make her seem really approachable. And they're like, well, maybe tell people where she's from and that she's nice. That's what they've got. That's what Democrats are reduced to. Also, worst fighting pose of them all. And then here's Jasmine Crockett, who actually, like, if you're doing Super Smash Brothers in a fight video thing, she probably actually has a street fighting record. There's probably a, 6-3 or 3-7 or something. I just feel like she's been in a scrap the way that she behaves in Congress. Texas 30th Congressional District. Shame on you, Dallas. Again, if there's a better liberal out there, I don't know why they aren't the person in that office. She was a public defender plus attorney. You can't be a public defender without being an attorney. So apparently her people are so stupid that they don't know that you only need to say one of those instead of both. You have to clarify that she did both. because and not a morning person. She's also not really an English language person or not a classy person either. But that's what facts. Wow. Again, how is this? I just don't understand who is being won over by her act with her accent and the affects that she throws on, because she doesn't normally talk like the way that she does when she's putting on a little show in Congress. All right, and here's Susie Lee, of course. Who could forget Susie Lee other than everyone in Nevada's 3rd Congressional District? I've never even seen. By the way, half of these people that they've done this video on, this Super Smash Brothers video, I've never seen before, because they do nothing in Congress. These are backbenchers or people who have been in forever. We don't know. Never seen them before, because all they do is vote against women's rights. They vote against America. They want to throw more money at Ukraine. They're basically do-nothings in Congress in these districts. So they have to actually put in what district they're from, because these people are so unknown to the general public that they're like, hey, say what district you're from. That's always the first fact, because nobody knows who the hell any of these people are. Nevada's 3rd Congressional District, president of Communities and Schools of Nevada. Maybe they identify her there. But most importantly, 2 sprained fingers. So leave it up to your imagination, fellas, what she did to sprain those fingers. Where's she been? Don't. No. Somebody thought this was a good idea. Is there anybody else? Please say there's more. No, there's not. Well, again, what is happening here? Democrats have gone full cringe. They're really, really trying hard. I have no idea who the hell most of these people are, other than Crockett, because they've shoved her down America's throats because she puts on a little affect and puts on a show when she doesn't normally talk like that, which is pretty racist, by the way. I can see a headline from somebody. You can't say that a black woman's racist. It's pretty racist. It's classist at the very least, where you're talking down by putting on the affect and putting on a show when you don't normally talk like that. You don't see me doing that. You know, it's like it's the Democrat thing. It's what Kamala did. It's what Hillary did. Hey, go talk like the group of people you're in front of. Add the accent in. That makes you more approachable. No, it doesn't. It makes you seem like a racist pig that thinks that everyone that you're talking to or trying to communicate with is beneath you. But so again, people I've never. Who the fuck are these people? They could be, to be honest with you, they could be anybody. I'm assuming that Suli Jessica Wu is a member of Congress. I'm going to look it up. She might not be. She isn't. I just assumed, because I didn't know who the hell she was, and I didn't know who the hell anybody else here was. Shame on me. I just thought she was just another member of Congress that we've never seen before. See, she could be. That's how, like, again, most members of Congress, I don't know who the hell they are, but she could have been a member of Congress. Who fucking knows? So here she is. That's her with. That's why she got the graphic, because apparently she put this is probably from her TikTok or something. They were like, "Hey, bento box queen, I've got a great idea. Bento box queen, come and do a video with the Democrats." Quincy James, perfect. Do I have hot sauce in my pocket? No. Aloha. Good morning to you as well. Is she what the kids call red? Listen, I'm not familiar with the street. I've been off the streets for a while, but I did grow up in Southwest Boston. I guarantee. Actually, you want to go? You want to go somewhere crazy? Do you want to get nuts? Remember, like Michael Keaton and Batman 1989. You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. I bet I grew up in a more ghetto part of the country than Jasmine Crockett. I grew up in Southwest Baltimore. I bet I grew up in a more hood neighborhood than Jasmine Crockett. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Let's get nuts. I bet I grew up in a more ghetto place than Jasmine Crockett for her affect and her little act. I was trained as a public defender in law school too, by the way. I went to the University of Baltimore for law. But I bet you, I would put money on it that I grew up in a more ghetto area than what she pretends to be from. I didn't even. Sorry, I just had I don't know if you saw the little light bulb. There should be a little graphic. There should be a little light bulb above my head when that went off. I guarantee it. I need to learn more, and we're gonna dig into this because I like it now. I'm sorry. It has struck me because I want to go back to this video of her.
How about that? It's 0. And I know people gonna feel away. Listen, all I do is give y'all facts. So you come back to me when you don't get that check and say, Jasmine, you were right. Just like y'all want to get out there and say all kinds of, other stuff. But come back, because you're getting 0. I know these people. I work with these people. These people is not about this life, and they don't care about you.
I guarantee you that I grew up in a more ghetto part of this country than her. I can't even. I guarantee it. I bet she. Where did she grow up? Jasmine Crockett. Where did she grow up? She was born in St. Louis, Missouri. Attended Marion. Maybe not. Could be debatable. St. Louis is pretty bad. But how old is she? 81. Nope. So we're about the same age. I mean, you're older than her, and she grew up in. I bet you. I'll take that bet. That I grew up in a more ghetto part of the country than her, and a less privileged part of the country than her, in Southwest Baltimore. I'm on that now. Catch me outside. How about that? And like if we're honest about it, I absolutely did. Grew up in a more ghetto part of the country than her. Let's go back to this tab. Again, these people are so stupid. Here's AOC, who claims to be a Trekkie in the champagne room of a seedy strip club. Here's Lauren Underwood, the youngest black woman ever elected to Congress, who looks like she's 85 years old. And she co-founded the Black Maternal Office because, of course, you can't just have a office for mothers. You have to segregate it. And she hates balloons, which sounds like a real winner. I mean, wow. Hey, this will make her approachable. Again, she wants to segregate mothers and she hates balloons. Put those facts. Run with that. That's gold. We're going to get the American people to be on our side anytime now. Let's go get them. That'll win them. She co-founded the segregating of mothers and she hates balloons. That'll win. We got them. Give us 3 facts about yourself. Dumbest fucking shit I've ever seen in my life. Here's Catherine Clark. She's the House Minority Whip. You've never seen her before because she does nothing. She's Massachusetts. They spell Massachusetts right. I always check to make sure they spell Massachusetts right. 5th Congressional District. And she's not into hair dye. Wow, that's how personable. By the way, it does. I mean, she's still getting I bet she's still getting a $300, $400 haircut, but just doesn't want to add the hair dye in. Not into hair dye. Woo! Connecting with Americans. The bouncing thing. They look like they're constipated. Did they they had like a step and repeat, the House Democrats? So they had like a media row where they walked in front of a banner that said House Democrats. Stupid. Judy Chu. First Chinese American woman elected. I'll give her credit for that. Listen, I know we're not supposed to be liberal, demographic people, but then they're like, what do you have? Oh, she's too sweet. Yeah, she's so sweet that she votes against women's rights and children's rights and votes for abortion, and that's a sweet lady. Yeah. And then this one. I can't. Oh, and then there's this lady that I totally forgot about this again. I totally forgot about the totally forgettable one. Nevada's 3rd District. Hey, if you live in Nevada's 3rd Congressional District, this is probably the first time you've seen her. President of Communities and Schools of Nevada. Nobody. So again, I would imagine Communities and Schools of Nevada is something that segregates schools by race, gender, sex. identity, whatever you want to call yourself. And she has two sprained fingers because nothing could be implied by that. What are they thinking? What are they thinking? What are Democrats thinking? Why was this? Why did someone think this was a good idea? Why did somebody think this was a good idea? I'm so very, very confused by this. Anyway, if you like this, hit the retweet button. I am just so I have no idea. Yeah. By the way, this goes back to my Quincy James. Thanks for being here. By the way, thanks for watching on YouTube of all places. I run this mainly on X and Rumble. I just kind of throw YouTube in as a link. I just assume my account's going to be banned over there. Nobody's following me there, but thanks for being one of the few over there. But that's the excuse when I say that I grew up in the hood or I grew up in a bad part of the country, is that I'm white, right? But my bio and the actual places where I grew up would speak otherwise. Just unbelievable. Insulting to America. Democrats have lost their minds. I've got my Al Green cane here. Oh, I'm so mad. Remember a few years ago, Democrats freaked out because somebody yelled "You're lying" on the Republican side, and it was nonstop in the media for like 2 weeks. Who was it that yelled "You're lying"? Was it Marjorie Taylor Greene? When they yelled that, they were in the. I think there was another guy too that yelled it "You're lying" to Obama. And they went full in on like how terrible and disrespectful it was to yell that. And Al Green stood up there for like a minute and a half till he got thrown out. I'm so mad. Old Dan yells at sky, shakes can at sky, shakes fist at sky, whatever it is. So stupid. Anyway, this was a good midday test. Nobody watches it. Thanks for being here. For you guys who are here, God bless y'all. Especially Quincy James over there you want to talk about. You must have nothing going on today, Quincy. I hope that your day gets better, that you're here with me on YouTube. God bless you. Even Almond Joy has nuts. Well, Congress has a lot more. Congress has a lot more. Not only are they nuts, but they go under the radar because nobody knows who the hell any of them are. Literally, nobody knows who any of them are. In case you're wondering, if you guys want to go hang out, Kalshi.com/TimYoung, Kalshi.com/TimYoung, and of course the Veebs app. You want to go over to the Veebs app and check out the good work that we do over there. Oh, Gina, you're late to the game. I'm about to leave. I just figured I'd turn on the thing and record a video today, and why not just go live? Oh, thanks for shouting out from Ireland, guys. What's going on? Yeah. Oh, good. Are you a federal worker, Quincy James? I hope so. I welcome all federal workers who are doing nothing at their desk to watch me. So basically, my numbers should be like 85 million. All federal workers who do nothing at their desk, please just tune in. It's fine. Just tune in. YouTube, X, Rumble, you know where to find me. Like, share, subscribe, hit the retweet button. I'm glad that you guys have been hanging out today. Enjoy your day as well, Gina. See, I respond to the chat. God bless y'all for being here. Thanks for hanging out with my unannounced. Just felt like turning on the camera because I was going to talk about that video with the Super Smash Brothers video with the idiot congresswomen from the Democrat side. Thanks for doing this. I just figured why not turn it on and go for a couple of minutes. What else am I doing today? Nothing. Actually, I'm doing a bunch. But more big stuff coming from me pretty soon. And New Zealand? Jeez. Really? Al Green? Is that you? Or is that AI Green? Al, you got thrown out of Congress and you went to New Zealand? Are you allowed to have X in New Zealand? I don't think you are. You better watch out. The authorities are on their way to your house right now for being on X. I'm sure you have a VPN or whatever to hide your location so that you can actually access X. Thanks for being here, guys. Again, great hanging out. We normally do 8 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. Tuesday, because of the State of the Union joint message to Congress, I took off Wednesday because I was just so tired after that. I did 3.5 hours or whatever. Thanks for being here, Dale. Love you guys. Al, bro, you have no idea. I can hang out and talk to you. By the way, this is the best part of X for me. Like, I like to post and I like to whatever, but like the interacting with people and just being able to hit the live button and then go, hang out with 7,000 people or whatever in the middle of the day. I don't know. By the way, I also love the Davenport, Washington, home of pickleball. A lot of elderly people and fat guys are very happy about and drunks, very happy about Davenport, Washington then. But I love that, like, I quasi complain in my head that, like, I turned this on midday unannounced and only 7,000 people watched. The fact that I can say only 7,000 people watched is fucking ridiculous. And it's like it speaks to my social media privilege, right? That I turn it on and the equivalent of a full arena full of people tune in to watch. Shame on me. I need to have better perspective on the world. Hey, I'm upset that 85 stadiums of people didn't tune in. Only the equivalent of a small arena of people tuned in to watch me today. It's crazy when you put it into perspective. But I love all you guys. Thanks for being here, and it's so much fun to hang out on X, be able to hit the button and talk to y'all. Oh, well, there you go. New Zealand had 4,500 journalists some years ago. Now 1,500. Yeah, and all mainstream media, and the other 3,000 joined the federal government to crack down on people during COVID. I'm sure the journalists that they used to have there, they just, they got guns your police are allowed to have guns, and they just crack down on COVID regulations instead of being media. Anyway, all right, I could talk to you guys all day long. I'm having a great time. I got to go do some other stuff. I'll probably be back on later on tonight, but I want to thank y'all for coming out and hanging out for a live that's just midday, just hitting the old button. Big news coming. Obviously, I've now partnered with the Heritage Foundation as a media fellow there, and I'm going to be writing columns for the Daily Signal, and I think we're going to see some really cool stuff coming out of me. Maybe I'll be at Casablanca sometime soon. That'd be neat, huh? If I can be there, any goof can be there. And that's what matters in America. If Jasmine Crockett can get elected to Congress by using a racist affect, anybody with an IQ of 37 could.